Okay, so I needed to make this video because I'm waking up. When I'm waking up, it's 4:20 a.m. and I'm waking up because my baby inside of me, when I got here, I had my own groceries and stuff. They were starving me outside, and they were keeping me outside without shelter, and they were starving my pregnancy, and I was crying on YouTube because I was hungry, and they sent me $1,000 for my GoFundMe, and I was on my way to the Family Dollar in Fifth Ward and to get some food because I could order the food. I had pulled out some money because somehow I was able to get the $20 from a man who I sent the cash app, and he pulled the money out for me, and people was on the so-called trying to donate me money, and there was a gas station, and the black women was coming up there, and they would say, oh, I got food stamps, go in there and get you something, and everything up in there was tampered up in the gas station, had been open and resale, and so I was going with the $20 to a Family Dollar where I had caught the bus, and they did not know that I was about to go into the store where they had not tampered with everything yet. And so when I was on my way, Henry Barron pulled up on me, and he was like, oh, get in, get in, get in. I don't want nobody to see you. And then I was like, I knew he was one of them, and that he was involved, but I needed somewhere to stay because I didn't want to be staying outside, and I had just been showing my stomach on the purple bench in Fifth Ward between the two cemeteries in Fifth Ward, showing my stomach and telling what they did to me in the jail and what they have been doing to me. And so I told Henry I'm finna go in there and give me something to eat out of the Family Dollar. And I was like, when I come out, I said, I need somewhere to stay. And he was like, I said, if you do not have nowhere to stay, please, for me to stay, please, just do not bother me. And he said, oh, I got properties. I got all kind of properties where you can stay. And I had about $600 or $700 left in my GoFundMe, from my GoFundMe account. And that's how I was sending money to another account to get food to eat. And I would I would do the online order and go pick up my order from, Chick-fil-A or somewhere. And they had been trying to starve me and the baby. And so, he brought me to a greenhouse. He brought me to a house down the street and said that he could not rent that one to me because there was a man in there who he was about to evict, and he never did let me stay there. Then he brought me to another one and said they were working on that one, and he was going to charge $1,200 a month for the yellow house, and that I couldn't stay there. And then he brought me to another one next door and said that, oh, this one is I'm working on that one, and it didn't have no floor, or it was too bad to live in, so I couldn't stay there. Then he said, oh, but I got this one right here, and I'm staying in the RV in the back, and there's my homeboy Cannon, he's in this one. He was like, but I could let you stay up in here with him. I mean, it's all I could do for now. He was like, until I can get something else. He was like, but Kenneth's staying in the room, so that's his room, and but you can stay in the living room on the couch. And then he was like, but the other room, he got all his stuff up in that one, so you can't stay up in that room. He was like, but you can stay in the living room on the couch. And I was like, okay, cool. So I knew something was wrong, and I ordered me some groceries. Like he had offered me some food, or whatever. And then I started looking around and seeing, okay, let me go order me some groceries. And I ordered me some food from Target. And then I said, Cannon, he had a black girl over here with him in the room, and a young black girl. And she was older a little bit, but she looked like she was on drugs and stuff like that, real bad out there. And then they took, he said they was going to take me to the Target to go pick up my groceries, because Henry was saying, oh, Kenan to get you whatever it is that you need. He'll take you to the store. And then I had a dream, and it was like God telling me, Andrea, hurry up and get the hell up out of here, because they got Henry back there trying to watch you like a spiritual husband everywhere you go. And something about a baby girl or something like that. And you need to just, even if it was before I got my hair done, and it was like, you need to just go and run and get up out of here, and get some find you somebody else and meet you somebody else, because he back there reading evil books and from his youth, and then trying to get you and watching you when you leave up out of here, and you need to go. And then so I didn't leave or whatever, because I don't have nowhere to go. So I stayed, and I was trying to get my hair done and put out my evidence and everything. And then so Cannon was in here. He'd bring the heater up in here, and he'd been sleeping on the couch right there. And he started listening to every word that I was saying, and plotting on me, and leaving and out, conspiring and bringing women up in here and conspiring against me. And then Henry was coming in here and trying to intimidate me and things like that. And then so all of a sudden I had another dream that the young man, that the dude on the couch, Kenan, that something about his youth, and from his youth, same thing about Henry, that his mother, something about his mother, and him not having a job, and him asking me to go places with him and trying to set me up, and something about taking pictures, and something about ancient bloodline from Africa, and something about the church, and the church not being the real church, and the people from the ancient bloodline being the real church, and that there were women who were trying to set me up and pretending like they were from the church, and they were really not, in that I noticed that the conspiring and him not going in his room, never went inside of his room, sitting right there on the couch listening to everything, and then getting up and going and telling and conspiring outside, and coming back in and doing evil, and pretending like he's giving me food. And I noticed this food was tampered, the food in the home. I noticed that it was tampered, and that's how some of the starvation began. But he started asking me for my food from the Uber Eats, because I had ran out of the Target stuff from Target. He was going in my ice cream and taking big old scoops out of my ice creams, my 2 ice creams. And then my burger, I was getting he was asking me for my food from the Jimmy Dean sausages and stuff that I had. But first, I had ran out of my food from Target, and I was showing my stomach, and I was showing a lot to show that I am pregnant. And then all of a sudden, I was ordering food from Uber Eats, because I needed to order groceries and stuff, and he was gone. Henry was gone. There was nowhere for anybody to take me to go pick up groceries now. So I was ordering food off of Uber Eats, and I had ordered the California burrito that I had, and Henry came inside, and he was like, where did you get that food? Who did you order it from? What restaurant did you get it from? And I knew that he was being wicked, and that he was just trying to find out who had given me food that was not tampered with, or if I got it from somewhere that was not tampered with. Because if they find out that I'm ordering food from somewhere, all of a sudden they will start to poison and tamper with the food from the place where I got it from, because it's all the Americans, and I was sneaking and getting the food from Uber Eats, because I did not have to give my name when the food was dropped off to me. And so I had showed the burrito and everything, and then I had asked the man, he was sitting here on the couch, I had asked Ken, and I said, do you want some chips, because I wanted my burrito. And he said, no, but can I have half of your burrito? And I was thinking, no, like, I do not want to give it to him, because he has food in there that's his own food, and I don't want to give him my food. But I was nice, and I went on ahead and gave him half of my burrito. And then all of a sudden I noticed that a lot of the food in the house was tampered with, and I had bought me bottles of Dasani water, and they had water in here already. And then the young woman in Cannon was coming out of the room and taking my waters into the room with them, and asking and taking my waters. And I was wondering, why are they not taking their own waters that they have? Why are they taking my waters that I just got? And then it was something about, I was like, maybe they just wanted some Dasani and they wanted to just that kind. So I didn't say anything. And then so he was telling me, he was like, oh yeah, why don't you go and order your groceries? Because I was saying I had ran out of groceries. I told him, he was sitting on this couch again, and I said I ran out of groceries. I need to order me some more groceries. And he said, oh no, 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 no. I'll take you grocery shopping. Don't worry about ordering anything. I'll take you grocery shopping. And then I said, well, that's nice, but I need the food right now. And then he was like, oh, well, I'll take you or whatever in the morning or whatever, la, 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 la. And then so I was like, okay. So then he took me to a restaurant called, a grocery store called Seller Brothers, which is like the only real grocery store over here. And you have to drive miles and miles and miles in order to get to another grocery store besides the Family Dollar, because the Family Dollar, everything in the Family Dollar is open with and tampered. And then you have to drive several miles to get to the Target. And I was ordering my food from the Target, and but first he said he would take me to get groceries. So we went into we were on our way to the Seller Brothers, and I was saying that God told me that I needed to get my hair done and get me a winter coat and or an outfit, because I only had one nasty outfit to wear from here. And then when I said that I was doing okay, and I was showing people on my YouTube channel that I was doing okay, but that I needed to buy me another outfit and get my hair done, there was someone who was getting on my channel, and she was trying to argue with me, talking about, oh, you spending our money on this and you spending our money on that. And I went the hell off, and I told her God said I needed to get my hair done, and God said I needed to get me a new outfit, and you ain't finna argue with me because y'all hoes want to have me out there on the streets without my hair done like a prostitute, and then with a dirty ass outfit like a prostitute, and God know what y'all doing. And he told me to get my hair done so y'all can have me looking like that, and he told me to get an outfit. And then Cannon was like, he started arguing with me in the car and saying, oh, you disrespected me. And I was like, how am I disrespecting you? Because I'm standing up for me and my kids against people that trying to bully me online, while I'm over here trying to tell people how my progress is doing, that done helped me and donated me money, and telling them how I'm spending the money and what I need, how the hell, because I had to go to I didn't have no clothes, and y'all know I went to Walmart to get the maternity pants, and I went to Walmart to get the John outfit, the long John shirt that I have on. So I was letting everybody know what was going on with my money. If I buy anything with my money that was donated, I was telling everybody what it was, and everybody saw my wig on my head and how they had me out there with a synthetic wig on my head like I was a street walker. And God was telling me that was not right, that was a plot as well, and that I had the right to get my hair done so that I could present myself the right way, and not like some damn street walker on the streets, because they wanted me up in here, sitting up in here in the living room like I was some street walker that Henry picked up off of the side of the street with a nasty synthetic wig on my head, still up in here, and with nasty clothes on my body like I was some street walker that they had picked up off of the streets. So God told me to get another outfit and that I could get my hair done when I needed to, so I didn't be up in here like I was some street walker. And he was in the car, in his little car, arguing with me, taking me to the grocery store, saying, you disrespecting me because you standing, you cursing all in front of me, and you doing all this. I said, first of all, if I'm cursing at somebody that's bullying me, that don't got nothing to do with you. So how dare you try to turn it around and then try to make it about you and try to argue with me? And he was steady trying to make an argument, steady trying to argue with me. And then so we went inside of the grocery store, and I started walking around, and and there was white people and Hispanic people following me all over the Seller Brothers and trying to intimidate me. And he had walked off to get eggs and little stuff like that. And then he told me he would get me groceries. And so I started picking out stuff that I wanted. And then he was walking off and I was picking out stuff that I wanted. And I was working on my evidence and posting videos on my YouTube or whatever, because I was telling people, about what was going on. And I was still working on these videos about don't take offense. When I said do not take offense, I was saying don't nobody take offense to nothing that I'm saying against the people that's been starving me and bullying me. How dare you try to get in an argument with me about somebody else starving me and my children and bullying us, and then you want to try to argue with me for standing up with myself. And I said any of my subscribers do not take offense, to anything that I'm saying, because I'm going off on people that's over here trying to do stuff to me and my kids. So do not take offense. And then I apologized to the subscribers after that, because he was trying to say, well, that means that you disrespecting me because you in my presence, and I don't want to hear that, and I don't want to hear that, and I don't want to hear you going out. So now the other lady that last night, she tried to get upset when I was telling the truth about me and my kids. But I'm gonna just tell you, I've been going the hell off because I'm going off for a reason, and ain't nobody finna be picking up no goddamn arguments with me, because I'm telling that they poisoned me in my pregnancy and that I'm pregnant and people were starving me. And so anyway, that's not the point that God wanted me to reveal to y'all, because at first he made it seem like, he was really helping me. And then when we got to the register, all of a sudden, he told me, somebody went into my account and they stole my money off of my cards, and I only got I can't buy you nothing. So all of a sudden he couldn't buy me nothing out of the Seller Brothers, but the Jimmy Dean sausages. So because I had picked up, cakes and, everything that I needed to eat or whatever. So all I had was the box of Jimmy Dean sausages, and he paid for that in the eggs. And he said he didn't have no money on his food stamp card, and there was a white woman at the register, and she didn't take the little $2 off his food stamp card, and he was showing me, he ain't had no money on his food stamp card. And then he had $1,500 in his Wells Fargo account, but he was saying that someone had went into his account and stole his money off of his food stamp card. But why would you not buy me the groceries off of your Western Union? Off of your Wells Fargo card. And then so he left. He told me he took me up to the Wells Fargo and said, let me go in here and see what's wrong with my account. Someone went into my account, but then the balance on his account was still showing that he had $1,500, but he did not buy me anything but the box of Jimmy Dean sausages. And then so we got back to, he was trying to argue with me about the fact that I got into it with the young woman who was trying to bully me on my YouTube, and he was trying to argue with me about that, and I was going off on him and telling him, don't try to make this about you. Don't you try to pick an argument with me for standing up for myself. It don't have nothing to do with you. I done been poisoned, and you not finna sit here and argue with me. But then I said he was steady trying to argue, saying that I was disrespecting him for standing up for myself. And then I said, okay, well, I won't talk about certain things around you. I said, because I know certain people who, if I was saying it around them, they wouldn't have no problem. They would want to know, why am I going off on a person? What did the person do to me? They wouldn't be over there trying to beat me down and jump on the bandwagon and try to tear me down right along with the person. And then so I said, well, certain conversations, I'll walk away from you when I need to have a conversation, and I won't have it around you. He was like, well, you disrespecting me. And I said, if you feel like I'm disrespecting you, then I apologize. But certain conversations I'm going to have. And I said, and I just walk away from you, and I walk up out the house if I need to have a conversation. And I said, because he was like, well, that's disrespectful to me if you say it. And I said, well, we just have to disagree on that, because it's certain things that I need to say. And I said, and if I have to say it away from you, then I just have to get up away from you to say it. And then so I said, but I do apologize if you felt like I was disrespecting you, but we just don't see this from eye to eye. And then so then after that, and I'm very hungry right now. And so then after that, he was saying that he wanted me to fix him some of the Jimmy Dean sausages. He said, okay, you fix me 2 of those sausages that he's supposed to bought me. And then so I had made me 2 sausages, and I was like, sure. And I fixed him 2 of the sausages, and he was over there eating my food up again. And I didn't realize what was going on, how the starvation was going to start happening. And then so I was over there showing my stomach and my belly, and then the Jimmy Dean sausages were gone. And then so I was having to order the food off of the Uber Eats, and that's what he was asking. He was like, oh, let me have half of your burrito. But it might have been after that, but I had him take me to, he was like, why don't you go order you some groceries? Go order your groceries, and I'll take you to go get your groceries. So now he did not buy the groceries when he said that he was going to take me when I was about to order them. He was setting it up so they could have Target open up my stuff and tamper with my food, and they didn't want me to order it right then when I wanted to. And then so I had ordered me some chilies, and I was telling him that I would order it when I finished making my grocery list. And then I had ordered me some chilies, and he took me up to the Chili's or whatever to get my food, and they were taking forever to bring out my food. And then when they finally brought out my food, I brought it back to the house. He was telling me, he came up walking all up on me when I was eating my fajita tacos, and he said, give me your last taco, and trying to snatch, like take it with his hands. And I told him no. I said I was hungry, and I said I need my taco. I want my taco. And then he went and sat down and started arguing with me. He said, he was like, I let you eat whatever I got up in here, and then he was like, oh, you gonna be stingy and not give me your taco? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I gave you half of my California burrito. You ate up a lot of my ice cream, digging his hands all in my ice cream, eating most of my ice cream. I was like, I let you eat 2 of my Jimmy Dean sausages. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so how are you telling me that I'm being stingy because I want my food? And I didn't tell him that I was pregnant. I told Henry that I was pregnant, and I didn't tell Cannon right away, but I have told Cannon since I've been here that I'm pregnant. So because this situation about my food. And so he was saying, but when he had took me to the Chili's, he started arguing with me because he took me to the wrong he took me to another location. He was arguing with me on the way or something. I don't know. He was arguing with me about something. He was yelling at me on the way here, like, about the directions or something to the place. But then he started to yell at me, and he went over a curb. He just went over the curb. He just straight drove over the curb without even like looking, and he went boom, 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 like over the curb. Like it was not a drive-in or a drive-through, and he started to yell at me because no, that's not what happened. That is not what happened. He didn't do, look, I go back. He did run over the curb, but when I was on my way to go pick up my groceries the second time, so he started to argue with me about the taco, about me not giving him my last taco, and I ate it, and I told him, I said, well, I want my food, and I need my food, and then I had wanted to see what God had to say about that, so I went on this site where I like to read scriptures, and then it said, don't fear him, to only fear God. And I knew that he was trying to make me afraid because I did not give him my taco. And so then he was saying, go and get my groceries from Target now. But I was trying to rent my groceries that night, and he said no, that he was saying to save my money, trying to act all nice and telling me to go ahead and allow him to buy the groceries for me, and be like he was being nice or whatever, because they knew, he knew, that my situation. But anyway, just evil. And then so he told me, he was like, go and get your groceries from Target. Order your groceries, and I'll take you up there to get your groceries from Target. And then I was like, okay. So I was like, I'll order them. So I was ordering them, and then he was like, have you finished it? I was still ordering them, online and working on my evidence to my case and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I was like, okay. I will go ahead and order my groceries or whatever. And so he said, I had ordered my groceries, and I had told him that they would be ready by a certain time. And he was like, okay, I gotta go somewhere and I'll be back, and la 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 la. And I was like, okay, well, it'll take them 3 hours to make my groceries, usually. And then they'll call me and tell me when they're ready. So he was like, I'll be back by the end. And the black girl was coming over here and everything. And he was still sleeping on the couch over there. And I had went. He took me to the first time the black woman had rode with him to go get my groceries, and she was in the car with him in the parking lot when I went in to get my groceries and stuff. And my groceries was not tampered, and I had got the pillows and all the hygiene stuff when I first got it. And then so after that, this time he rode up there with me by himself to the Target, but he didn't go straight to the Target. He asked me on the way. He was like, "Oh, we going to the same place?" And then I was like, "Yeah," to pick up my groceries, because he knew that it was going to pick up my groceries. Because I said, "Oh, my groceries is ready. I need to go pick up my groceries." And he was like, "Are we going to the same place?" So I'm thinking, like, he asking me, "Are we going to the same place to pick up my groceries?" Because I told him these are groceries. And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." So then he did not drive to the Target to go pick up my groceries. He drove to the Chili's. And then I said, "Why are you at the Chili's?" And then I said, because that's where I had picked up my food from my taco fajitos, and they was taking a long time to bring them out. And then when we got home and got back to the house, he tried to take my last of my taco, and I told him no. And he tried to argue with me and call me stingy for not giving him my stuff. And I knew something was wickedly wrong. But I needed somewhere to stay, so I didn't say anything. And Henry had tried to get me up out of the house before all of this happened, and this is how Cannon got into the picture. We're trying to pretend like he was being nice to me because I was in here and I was eating, and I stopped. I wouldn't smoke anything. Cannon tried to come bring me cigarettes and weed, and I said, "No, I'm not smoking the weed. I'm not smoking the cigarettes." And then Henry came inside while I was laying down and working on the evidence, and he had first, the day before, he had told me that I needed to not come out of the home because I wanted to go down the street to the park and just walk around and get some air, because I had been up in the house and Henry had been closing the windows, and I was suffocated in the house, and there's no air conditioning in the house, and I was suffocated, and he was making me close the windows, and I was opening them back up so that I could breathe. And then he was saying, "Oh, do not do that," and I was doing it anyway. And then I realized he was trying to suffocate me in the house with no air conditioning. So I kept the windows open anyway, and so I could breathe. And Cannon was sleeping in the room, and I was in here by myself. And then so Henry had come and said, "Don't come out of the house." And I needed to come out of the house because my head was hurting, and a whole bunch of stuff. I needed to come out of the house for a little while just to go for a walk. And then he was saying there was a black woman in the back with him. That was his girlfriend. But he told me when I first came, when he was telling me I could stay here with Cannon, I said, "You're not going to have any women." He said he did have a girlfriend. I said, "You're not going to have any women try to come over here and fight me, are you?" I said, because, there was places that I had been in where they had been staging altercations with women. And I said, "I want to know that there's not going to be any problem with me or any other women when I come here." And he said, "No, no, no." He was like, "Not unless you not all over me." He was like, he said, "If my girlfriend don't see you hugging all up on me or whatever, then she not going to trip about you being here or whatever, because I'm staying in the back RV and you staying in the house with Cannon." So he was like, "Unless you all over me or something, my girlfriend is not going to say anything." And I was like, "Okay, are you sure? Because I don't even want to come step a foot up in this house if it's going to be a problem with me and other women." And he was like, "No, no, 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 no." So then on this day, I was laying on the couch and I wasn't smoking any weed. I wasn't smoking any cigarettes or anything. And I was resting, working on my case. And he came inside and he was like, I knew what was going on. I knew he was trying to stage something. And he was like, he was like, "You got to go. You got to get up out of here because you going to mess up my situation." And I was like, "What's your situation?" And he was like, "Well, me and my girlfriend." He was like, "Because I told you not to come out of the house." And I was telling him, I was like, I didn't come out of the house. But when he asked me, he said, "Oh, my girlfriend out here, don't come out here because I don't want her to see you and, on the property and then try to, get into it with me." And I told him, I said, "You said there wasn't going to be no problem about me and no women on this property when I came here." I said, "So what you mean you got a woman back there and it's going to be a problem with me being up in this house?" And then he was like, he was like, I'm just saying she back here and I don't want her to see you. And I said, you told me there was no problem, so what's the problem now? Well, all of a sudden it's something about a woman and a problem in me. And then I said, I was finna go outside. I needed to go outside to get some air. You know, it was no air conditioning in here. And I was like, and I had been putting the fan on, but it wasn't working. And then I said, I said, I need to go outside. And it was about to get dark. And I didn't want to be walking around while it was dark outside. And I wanted to go out before it got dark. And then he was like, well, just don't come out of the house for another 30 or 45 minutes. And then I was like, okay. So I stayed in for 30, 45 minutes. But then I came out of the house after the 30, 45 minutes was up. And I walked around and got me some fresh air. And then he came in the next morning while I was lying down. Kenny had tried to give me cigarettes and weed. And I said no. And I knew that was a problem. I was like, because they over here trying to have me on cigarettes and weed and shit so they can have something to say about me. And then and they don't want me working on the evidence. And I was sitting right there pregnant. And I had groceries. That I had went and got from Target. And then I had, this was when I had all the pasta in there. I had the ice cream. I had the Jimmy Dean sausages. And this was when I first came. And then Kenny was like, you're going to have to leave. You're going to have to get up out of here as quickly as possible. And then I was like, why? He was like, because you're going to mess up my situation. I was like, what situation? He was like, with me and my girl. He was like, my girl. He was like, I don't want you messing up nothing because, I told you not to come in the house and you seem like you can't. And I was like, you know what? And I got up and I started frantically. I put on I said, well, I need to take a shower before I go because he was trying to put me out without taking a shower or looking bad, from just waking up. And then he was like, he was in the kitchen and I was like, okay, I need some privacy because Cannon was up in the room and I could have a little privacy. And then I was like, okay, I need some privacy so that I could take a shower or whatever. And I had to take off my clothes in the living room and come in here naked and everything. I was like, I need some privacy so I can, get dressed. And he was like, okay, well, Cannon is in there. I said, yeah, but can it be in his room? And he was like, okay, well, he was like, I'll stay out here. And he was in the kitchen listening to everything. And then I was filming and I went in the bathroom and I got in my towel. I took a shower and I put my towel on and I made the video enough. And then I was saying I cut out some clips of the video when I posted it because they had told me I could stay. And I didn't want them getting mad knowing that I was posting what they was doing to me and telling and then kicking me out. So on the video enough, I had said, I need somebody to come and get me from Fifth Ward. They are over here trying to set me up. I need someone to come and pick me up, and I still had the money on my card so I could order food at different locations and order safe food. And then so I was like, they are over here setting me up. And then I was saying I'm going to have to leave another home where they are setting me up and I do not have nowhere to go. And I was like, I am pregnant in America. I've been pregnant with this baby for 2 years. And then so then I had filled myself in a towel in my headscarf, and I have not posted those videos yet. And I was saying, I'm finna have to be posted. I said, I'm gonna leave a link under the description to my blog. I have not been able to create my blog yet, but I was like, I'm gonna leave links on my blog to the videos that's most important. I said, because you will not be able to go through all the videos on my page to know what is going on. I was like, so I will try to leave the most important videos on my blog to let y'all know what is going on. And then I was talking about other sites that I was going to use to show that I'm pregnant and what they are doing. And then so all of a sudden I was trying to hurry up and run and leave up out of here with my bag. And then Henry was in there listening, knowing that I was telling that he was involved and that I needed somebody to come and pick me up from Fifth Ward, someone who was not going to be setting me up with the police and someone who was not going to be setting up me and my children. That's what I said on the video. And I was like, someone needs to come and get me up and do not set me up with the people that are trying to murder us. And then that's what I said. And so then Cannon and Henry was talking, and Cannon had said to me when I was coming out of the room, all of a sudden he was like, where you going? And I was like, oh, I'm leaving. He don't want me here. And I was hurrying up to panic to leave. And I was going to post the videos exposing Henry because anytime you set me up and you're not helping me, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to expose you and everybody involved. And they know that because I've been doing it to everybody who's been doing it to me. I've been exposing them all. And so all of a sudden, Kennan was telling me, he was like, oh, you can stay. He was like, hold on, let me go talk to Henry. He was like, oh, he putting you out for what? And I was like, he's saying that he just want me to leave, something about he don't want me to mess up his situation with his girlfriend.